you want to do, you can just do that and let me know that you are here. Please do that. Okay, great. Muzayed, Sharon. Yeah. So let's pump up our energy once again so that we can get deep into the conversation even more. You know, a special guest is waiting for us. So what do we need here? What are we finding about ourselves from these sessions? The way we look at ourselves must change. Isn't knowing ourselves the most blissful and magical experience? If it's not like that for you, I think you just need the right guidance and the right team to make it happen. And we are here to help you to make that happen. And once you have that right guidance, you will fall in love with life. And there is no better person, or there is no better mindful person who has fallen in love with life. Yeah, I know these are all grand philosophies, but to make this practical, we need some methodologies and techniques. And we need some speakers, some trainers, some coaches to help us, to train us. So today we have such a special speaker, such a gifted speaker who has trained many people, especially teenagers, professionals, and all kinds of people from all over the world. So let me just introduce him, Samir Geepee. Today we are being lectured by Samir Geepee. Samir Geepee is a professional transformation coach. He brings together a vast expertise and exposure to professional one-to-one and group coaching engagements that allows him to empathize with different scenarios from a practical point of view. His trainings in neuro-linguistic programming methods, ability to adapt to new scenarios, unique manner of looking at challenges, coupled with an international exposure, having traveled to more than 18 countries, help his clients to identify their true purpose and progress towards their goals with an infectious zeal. So let me humbly and proudly invite Samir Geepee to lead the session.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Tamjeed. And welcome to everyone. I'd like to put this in gallery view. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Am I audible? Am I clear? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Wonderful, wonderful. Very quickly before we begin, I'd like to have one question answered. How old are you? Just put your age in the chat window. So I just have an idea of what is the age bracket of everyone who is over here. All right, you're in your 20s, 30s, 20s, 40s, 60s, 50s. Wow. Wonderful. The learning never stops, even after 50. If you're here and if you're looking to grow and learn, fantastic. But the majority of you are here between the age of 20 and 30. Lovely, lovely. What an audience. Beautiful. Now, 29. Lovely. Now, what I want to do is I want you to just think for a minute. We have the title of this conversation that we're going to have for the next hour and a half. Tamjeed, can you repeat once again, what is our closing time? How much time do we have? Is it 1 hour or 2 hours?
We have 1 hour.
Okay. If it is 3, if it is 4, let me know. We can go on talking. I'm a listener. I'm not a speaker. I'm here to listen to what you have to say, and I'm here to facilitate the conversation for all of you over here. And if you look at conversations, the title we have today is Mindful Conversations. The title of the event is not the event of this particular segment is Mindful Conversations. So before I ask each one of you and every one of you, hopefully, to switch on your cameras. So whoever is not yet ready with the cameras on, put your makeups on, put your pardas, whatever it is that you want to do, go get it ready. And you're going to very quickly switch on your cameras. But before that, while the rest are doing that, what I want you to do is answer this one simple question. At the end of this 1 hour session, what would be amazing for you if you learned about conversations? Put that in the chat. What would be amazing for you if you learned something about conversations new? Or how would it help you or anything? What is your reason for being here is basically what I'm asking. So put in the chat window, whatever it is, that is your answer. And there's no perfect answer. It's whatever it is for you. So go ahead and write. What would you like your takeaway to be by the end of 1 hour? Body mindfulness in our conversations, good listening skills, be comfortable, all right? Keep sharing. Be calm and cool person, wonderful. Strengthening own decisions, very nice, Najla. Human skills, how to make other people feel heard, be at peace while in conversation, very good. How to have a friendly yet professional conversation to be successful in life. I'd like to see some more. Go ahead and type, what is it that you would like to have as an outcome by the end of this session? Awakening the charismatic version. Heal while talking. Conversations that make me approachable. How to win without fighting or influence people. That's a good title for a book. Be listener in conversations. The best listener in conversations. So I'd like to self-transformation, spread positivity to get to the next level of mindful living, ways to know the real self. A warm welcome. All right. Conversations can heal a patient. Yes, this is beautiful. Now, what I want to do is how to talk to someone who I'm feeling intimidated by. This is something that you would like to learn as well. Fantastic. Now, let's take a pause over there in the chat window. And what I want to do is I'm going to invite people over here into a conversation. Because how can you learn about conversation if you're not having a conversation, right? Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? Put your hands up if you agree. You don't agree? To learn about conversations, you should have conversations. How many of you agree? Put your hands up. Or you're too shy to show your hands? All right, good. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to invite everyone to keep your cameras on. So please go ahead and switch on your cameras, all of you who would like to really be participative in this session, who would like to take the best value out of this session. Because imagine this, you go to a gym, you sit outside and you watch people exercise. Are you going to build muscles? Are you going to build muscles? Impossible, right? You go to the kitchen and you look at somebody else preparing food. Not forget preparing food. Somebody at the dining table is eating food and you watch them. Will your stomach get full? Impossible, right? Similarly, if you come here and if you're just going to sit there and watch and observe and not participate, you're not going to get the best value out of this. So we are going to have conversations. I'm going to call out names and you're going to participate. There's going to be a little bit of interaction. And those things, what we're going to do is we're going to perhaps discover the art of conversations. What I really like about this crowd already is the fact that you're all mindful about conversations. Because look at the chat. Hey, all of you are talking about what you want from this session. That is mindfulness. You're already saying what you want out of the session. You're very clear. I'm here because I want to have X, Y, or Z results. I want to be a calm person. I want to be energetic. I want to be respected. I want to be charismatic. You know what you want. That is mindfulness. So Shirin, I'm going to ask you, where is Shirin? I saw Shirin who was keeping her hand over there like a mind coach. And please unmute yourself. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. So we are testing Shirin's listening skills. Shirin, can you hear me? I think the host must have disabled unmuting. So whoever is a host, please support in allowing the speaker whose name is called out to be unmuted. Hajara, I have a few hands up. Hajara, would you like to share something?
Hello.
Yes.
No, actually, you have asked earlier some question. No, for that I raised the hand.
Okay,
After
so
that,
you raise the emoji hand. So I'm going to have a conversation with you right now.
okay, it's okay.
Are you fine with that?
It's okay.
All right. So Hajara, when did you learn about conversations?
Conversation from the childhood onwards, we are starting now.
Okay, then why are you here today? If you have learned it from childhood.
Yeah. We want to learn something new things. No, every day we should update.
Very good. How many of you agree with Hajara? Raise your hands. You're all here because you want to learn something new, correct? You're all here because you want to learn something new. Very good. Thank you, Hajara. I'm going to move to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, who is the host here today? Could you please let me become a co-host so that I can.
You're already a co-host, sir.
I am a co-host. I have the power and I didn't even know it. See, I did not ask the question, therefore I didn't have the answer. How many of you have faced situations in life like that? Right? Just because you didn't ask, you didn't know that you had the power. Just because you didn't ask, you didn't realize that something could be done. What they say is, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. And I learned this the hard way. When I was young, there were times where I wanted something, I wanted to do something, and I held myself back. I didn't ask my father because I was scared of him. He would hit me, he would scream at me, and there are so many times that I assumed the answer. Also, to be fair, I was a very naughty child. I gave him enough reasons for him to hit me, for him to be angry with me. But that being said, it stopped me in my tracks so many times that I did not allow myself, I did not give permission to myself to be authentic, to express myself, to share myself. It reached a tipping point once where I had to write a letter to him of everything that I was feeling and everything that I was going through, and I gave it to him. He read it, and his one question was, why didn't you tell me before that this is how you're feeling? Why did you not tell me before that this is how you're feeling? We both had tears in our eyes and we cried. We hugged. And since then, however difficult the conversation be, I would speak. So, can anyone over here tell me, give me an example of in your life, somewhere you're struggling. Give me an example of something that you are, put in the chat window, anyone. Give me a topic that you're struggling with somewhere or something with regards to. Socializing, okay? Going and meeting up with random strangers and having a conversation, balance of career and balance personal life, all right? Getting angry for small things with my kids, okay? Controlling emotions. Give me a few more examples of any area that you're struggling with in life right now. Freedom for everything. Beautiful. Productive conversations with family. And your struggles need not be about conversations. It can be about anything. It can be money, relationships, career, concentration, focus, productivity, Choose whatever you want. What are you struggling with right now? The situation I'm going through all alone with handling so much of stress because of parents' pressure and trying to control emotions, but crying out now that I'm listening to this wonderful session and trying to make myself calm and relaxing. Money, career, economic crisis, to deal with different persona in different their way, to break comfort zones, finance issues. All right, so you all have shared your reasons or things that you're struggling with. Now, can you, for yourself, but put it there on the chat, write down what is the solution? What, according to you, is the solution to your problem? What should you be doing different? To apply what I learned my whole life and start a business or career, all right? Just do it. First of all, mindset, study to deal with a problem, express ourselves, control myself, stay calm, live in the present. Is there anyone here who has written the problem but does not know the solution and is really struggling with the solution and saying, I don't know what to do next? Is there anyone here who feels that they don't know the solution or they don't know what should they do next for the problem? If you are that person, say, I am. Najia. Where's Najia? Najia, would you please unmute yourself? Najia, would you be willing to have a conversation with me right now?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Najia, are you there?
Yeah, actually, I'm struggling to overcome my situations. Actually, I'm a depressed and depressed person. I tried so many medications, but still, I don't know why I quit all that. That didn't work for me. Actually, I'm struggling now. That's all. I don't know how to overcome my emotional disorder, anger. Actually, I'm totally burst out.
Okay.
Totally burst out when I'm very angry. With actually, especially with my kids, overreacted that situation. Heartbeat raising, totally burst out. That's the problem.
All right, Najia.
Actually,
So Najia, you do not have to switch on your camera if you don't want to. It's totally understandable. Are you okay to go deep into this situation that you are in and explore a way out of this? Najia?
Actually, I want to overcome all these situations. That's why I try to consult so many doctors and I try to attend so many counselings and everything, but that didn't work for me. Counseling sessions, they told to meditate, they told to walk, they told to exposure to sunlight. But all these things, I didn't do that. That's the main problem. A disorder lifestyle is maybe my problem. In order to overcome that, actually, I don't know how to. What is the solution? I don't know. A big question mark in front of me.
All right. So my question to you is this. Are you open to having a conversation right now about this?
Public, actually, I'm feeling a little bit scared.
So this is a safe space. Your face is not revealed. Nobody knows who you are. It's just a name. Najia. It could be any Najia in the world. You could be anyone, and it doesn't matter. You do not have to reveal yourself. Just keep your mic open, and we will continue this conversation. And hopefully, there is somebody else who will benefit, because we all are going through similar struggles in different forms.
Okay, actually, kids are my. Sometimes I feel feeling like irritations from my side of kids. Even kids, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like so.
I
They're
understand.
irritation mode. I don't know how to. It is good or not. I don't know.
So
Feeling.
first, I want to establish that you are open to having this conversation, right, Najia?
Okay. Okay.
All right. You being present here is helping everyone here. You being sharing from your authentic self is going to be life-changing for so many, and hopefully for you maybe. Are you open to
Actually, I
this
don't.
conversation?
Actually, I don't know how to express my feelings here. My big
Don't
question
worry,
is
I
how
will
to.
guide you. I will guide you through the conversation. Is that okay?
Okay, fine.
All right.
Current
Najia,
situation is a disordered lifestyle. I can't order my
can you
lifestyle.
give me a little bit more about...
Timings.
Pause, Najia. So
Okay,
here is
fine.
how we'll do this. The process will be where I'll ask a few specific questions and see if you can answer it specifically.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Okay, possible.
Let's explore this. I don't know where this is going as well. This is for the audience. This is the first time I'm meeting Najia. This is not a planned thing. I don't know Najia. We are completely being here and seeing and exploring over here. All right. Najia, have we met before?
Sorry, sir.
Have we met before? We have never met before, right?
Yes. I don't know who are you. I don't know who participants. I don't know. No one. I don't know.
First, I would like to acknowledge the fact that you are here. In spite of everything that you're going through, you're here to grow, you're here to learn, you're here to see if there is a new way for you to become a better person. So acknowledge that about you. So thank you for being here, Najia. My question to you is this. Can you give me a little bit of context about when did this all begin for you?
After my marriage.
Okay.
I don't know, when my childhood, my parents are not okay. They are fighting. Even my childhood also not good. When I saw them, they are always fighting each other. Then I go through that. I went through that, and I started my life. When I started my life, I have also so many issues in my life also. So I have no confidence myself. I have no confidence. My husband also even always criticize me from each and every small things. The criticism made me more. My confidence levels goes down, and
What is it that you do for
I
yourself?
cried. At
What
that
is
time, I cried.
No.
I cried, and I more than one day. My
All right,
feelings.
allow me to complete my question. What is it that you do for yourself that keeps you happy?
Nothing.
Why not?
Sometimes I felt work, even though I completed my professional degree, but I didn't get any chance to work. But now I am thinking about that. But my confidence level is below average because of my language. I don't have such fluency in English. That's the main reason. in order to work in any companies or like that. So my confidence level is now below average to work in any firms or in order to attend an interview or anything.
According to you, I'm not asking for the textbook dictionary, but I'm asking, what is your definition of confidence?
Confidence means to face people with stern and I don't know. I don't know. Actually, my language is a little bit. I'm not okay in English language.
You're speaking
I tried
in
to
English, and I find your English to be excellent.
No, sir. I
For a
tried to
working
learn.
English,
I tried to acquire my fluency even before 1 year. I started an English course, but that didn't work. I didn't follow anything. I can't follow. I can't do anything continuously. When I have so many intentions, then I started to do affirmations and everything. I started to make a visualization board, everything. But then more than 1 week, that will not continue.
what do you
I
think is
quit
coming in your way?
everything.
What
I
is coming
quit
in your way of
everything.
success, Najia?
Sorry,
What is
sir?
coming in your way of success? What is coming in your way of being able to achieve whatever you want? What is coming in your way of having a healthy
In
relationship?
my case, I want to work in a company. I want to show my what I am in front of others. So
What is the
first of
question
that,
you're
I
answering,
need.
Najia? Pause. I will pause you there. What is the question
Okay.
you're answering here? What was my question? What was my question? Can you repeat my question
Actually,
that I asked?
what are the things that we want to means in order to success?
No.
What I have to
The last question
do?
that I asked, what was my question? What is the
I
question
don't know.
you were
I
answering?
didn't remember. I don't know, sir.
And why do you think you don't know?
Mm.
You were already answering the question. So how come you don't know the question?
Actually, I'm a little bit frustrated. When I'm speaking emotionally, I'm very. I'm not okay, sir.
So what are you observing here? When you're emotionally frustrated, your listening skills is coming down. You're not able to focus on what is being said. Do you notice this?
Yeah, I have that problem. I'm not listen carefully to others. I forget everything. Even I forget to switch off burner when I'm cooking. A lot of things happen now. I forgot to close the door.
And do you
Even
want this to change?
yeah, I want to change.
So what is the first step?
Before that, I tried to attend so many
Again, what is the question I'm
sessions.
asking? What is the question I'm asking?
How can I overcome the situation?
No, what is the question that I asked specifically? I asked, what is the first step? Right? So what is the first step you can take?
Listening,
Very good.
concentrate to what I'm doing now.
Very good. Anything else you can think of?
First of all, I want to calm down first, and emotionally, I want to calm down.
Okay.
I'm a little bit frustrated when I'm talking with. I have tension to talk with others.
It's all right. So you're doing very well over here. You're sharing very well. And we're all benefiting. Even I am benefiting. So what is the first thing you should do? You suggested listening. But is there anything else you can think of?
Listening and concentrate.
What do you mean by
And
concentrate?
our 5 sense organs work together, listening, watching. I don't know.
So what is the name of this conference that you're here? What are you here for? What made you attend this
Actually,
conference?
I'm listening. Actually, I joined here for getting any solutions for my problem.
Yes. And how many sessions have you attended so far?
Actually, I'm new here. I didn't
So
attend.
this is the first segment
last
you're
week.
attending?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. I could not attend earlier, but I tried to watch from YouTube.
So this conference is about mindfulness. Are you aware of that?
Okay, okay.
What is mindfulness according to you?
Mm, mm. I don't know, sir.
Take a guess. You've heard the word before, right?
Mindfulness means, and my own opinion, it is self-love.
Self-love. Okay. Anything else you can think of? What is mindfulness? How do you practice mindfulness?
Meditation.
Okay. What happens during meditation?
Actually, I don't know, sir, what happened through meditation. I didn't get any experience from that. What will happen or not?
Did you attend the session that happened just before this one? There was one
No,
person
sir.
who was taking you through meditation. Have you attended that one?
No, no,
About 1 hour ago.
no.
All right. All right.
Only I took a breathing exercise from my coach. Before 2-3 months back, I attended a session for my depression and everything. From Soft Mind, I think so. Dr. Annie, she recommended me a breathing exercise and a daily for 30 minutes walk. Only she recommended that. Even I didn't do that properly, so I quit that, and I decided to overcome my situation myself. Even after that, I can't overcome that. Now I do so many things myself in order to overcome my feelings. I do some craft and art and craft things from my home, but that didn't work. When I'm angry, I suddenly burst out. Even all this happened with my kids. No one knows about this. Even my husband know what I'm doing here. Even my mother don't know what I'm doing here. Actually, I'm from abroad. I'm residing now in abroad with my husband, but now husband is not here. I'm along with my kids, and also I try to beat myself. I try to even I try to make painful myself. Means hitting my head on wall and like that.
Nitya, thank you so much for sharing all of this and being completely vulnerable over here. I can completely relate to this because I have been through the same phase in my life. I have gone through the depths of depression, and I have been there, so I know what it feels like, and it's not a pleasant place. And when I look back at my life, what I realized at that point of time was one thing that I was missing was having good friends around me, or having the right kind of people or support that would actually take me out of the depths. The other thing that I was missing at that point of time in my life, and this I'm talking when I was in my teenage years, when I was very, very young, and I was in a boarding school, and I was on my own, and I had no support from that sense. So I also didn't have the tools. I also did not have the tools to deal with it. But coming along the way, I have learned quite a few things, and I think it has helped me tremendously in my life. And I'm going to share a few of those things over here. But before that, what I want to do, Najia, over here is, first of all, so let me share with you one more thing before I go into a little bit more conversation with you. When I was having a deep conversation with a gentleman who had written a book of poems. He had written a book of poems after he fell in love, and he was about to get married, and then she left him, and he went really depressed, and he was very, very, very depressed, and he was traveling around the world, and he was sitting in Switzerland or somewhere, and then he wrote this book of poems, and then he published it. And I was just having a deep conversation where I was interviewing him. And one thing that stood out for me was something that he said, which I'm going to share over here. I said, so you have gone through so much of pain and hardships, and you have written a book of poems. So now pain must be very easy for you, right? And his response was, Samir, it's not that I avoid pain anymore in my life. Pain is inevitable. As humans, we all will go through pain. It's about allowing that pain to come in, pass through us, and then leave. Accepting it as a part of our journey, allowing it to go through us, to help us grow through that. And that I found pretty profound. And I even remember that day evening when I was going back home, there was something that I was sad about, and I was stopping myself from being sad. I was stopping myself from being sad about something in my life at that point of time. I don't remember what that thing I was sad about, but what I clearly remember was as I was driving, I allowed that sadness to wash through me, and I cried like a baby. And I cried and cried and cried, and then it left me. And in that crying, I also remember I was smiling because I was realizing that I was allowing this to pass through me and leave me and just let it go and not hold on to it. So we have the ability, so the pains that we go through in our lives has a reason. And that reason is perhaps for us to grow through something, to identify ourselves and to discover parts of ourselves that will actually create breakthroughs for us. Do you relate with any of these things that I've said so far, Najia? And I would like to ask the audience as well, are you relating with anything over here? Do you see that this conversation that I'm having with Najia is helpful for each and every one of you over here? If it is, please type in the chat, whatever it is that you would like to share. If this conversation is helpful for you, just type yes. It's very relatable. So Najia, I want you to continue. Please unmute yourself once again.
Hello, sir.
Yes. So you see over here in the chat, I don't know if you can see the messages, but everyone says they're able to relate with it. They understand the pain that you're going through, and it is helping them. So to move on.
Sir, I
the
only
question that
want
I have-
to know that I only want to overcome this situation. I only want solution. How can I overcome this emotional disorder, emotional stress, depression, and how can I can take care of my kids Even I can't follow my food habits, disorder food habits. I didn't uh, focus on my diets. Even I forget to drink water daily.
All right. Najia, I'm going to ask you a question over here, and I want you to focus on the question before you answer. And I want you to completely identify with the question. And if you need to take a pause, think about it, and then answer mindfully. Is that okay?
Okay.
So the
Okay,
question
sir.
is this. The question that I'm asking you is this. Najia, if you had the power, and I give you complete power, if you had the power to create a new Najia, can you describe how that Najia would look like? Describe the Najia you want to become.
I will become a bold and especially with my kids, I'm a lovable mother, a kind person, and I want to drive myself. Actually, now I'm afraid of driving. I'm not confident in driving. I had a license with me, but now I have no confidence to drive myself. Then I have to work in a firm. I want to speak English fluently in front of a big audience.
Okay.
That's all.
What else? So imagine this.
Emotionally, I have to when I want to keep a balance. I want to control myself. I have a great control in my hand when I'm okay. When I get that power, I will be okay there. Emotionally, I'm okay that at that time. Strong mind. I will get the strong mind to
Okay.
overcome situations.
So, Najia, I will say this about you, that you are a strong person. To be able to share all of this so far shows you have strength. Now, my question to you is this. Imagine you became all of this, and tomorrow you wake up to becoming this new Najia. Can you describe how your day would look like? In absolute detail, as much as you can, I would like you to describe your day.
Punctuality. First one is punctuality, timing.
So what time will you wake up?
Early morning.
What time?
And I do before sunrise.
What time?
5 o'clock.
5 a.m. you will wake up.
Yeah.
Will you wake up
Then
with
I
clock
do.
or without a clock?
Then I do meditations.
Wait, Najia,
Huh?
will you wake up with a clock or without a clock?
With phone alarm.
Phone alarm. All right. So you will set it up tonight?
Yeah.
Can you set it up right now before we continue the conversation?
Okay. Yeah, I said.
All right. So now you're going to wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m. What is the next thing that you're going to do?
I do some physical exercise, a meditation.
So what are you going to do? Where are you going to sit?
With a peaceful mind.
Where is the place? Is it inside the house, outside the house?
Inside the house.
Is it in your living room, dining room, kitchen, bedroom? Where?
Living room.
Are you going to sit on the floor? Or are you going to sit on the sofa?
Sofa.
You're going to sit on the sofa, all right? What are you going to wear? Are you going to wear fresh clothes? Are you going to take a shower before? Or are you going to just sit after directly?
Go directly and sit there and I do meditate. Then I pray to God.
So what time are you going to start your meditation? 5, 5:15, 5:25, 5:30?
5:15 after my morning routines. After my morning routines, I do my prayer. At
So
that time,
let us say 5:30.
5:30.
So
Then I
5:30
want
you're
to
going to be sitting on the sofa.
I do breathing exercise. I don't know how to meditate actually.
All right. So I'll give you a tip on how to meditate.
Okay.
Sit on the sofa and think of nothing.
Hmm.
And if your mind wanders to thinking about something, bring it back to think of nothing. And thinking of nothing is going to be very, very difficult. So pick one object. You can put a glass on the table. You can put a flower on the table. You can put whatever you want. And just look at that
Okay.
and think about nothing else. And then you will be thinking about your kids. You'll be thinking about food. And when you think about that, bring your focus back to the thing that you're looking.
Okay.
It's going to be very difficult, I will tell you this, to keep your focus because your mind will wander. So my suggestion is try it tomorrow for 5, maximum 10 minutes.
Okay. 10 minutes, just sit there and close the eyes and think.
Don't close your
Just
eyes. Don't close your eyes.
okay.
Look at what is there on the table. What will you put on the table? Tell me.
My artwork.
Okay. I would suggest picking something else. Don't pick your artwork.
My Holy Quran.
I would again suggest something else. All right. Pick your Holy Quran. Keep it on the table and
Okay.
look at the Holy Quran.
Okay.
Look at the Holy Quran and nothing else
Okay.
for 10 minutes. What time is it now?
Here 7:41.
No, it's 5:40 a.m. We have the rest of the day.
Oh, sorry.
All right. It's
Okay.
5:40 a.m. What are you going to do next?
I do my prayer.
Okay. So you are praying after the meditation.
Yeah.
Before you sit for meditation on the sofa, what are you going to tell yourself? Why are you sitting for meditation? What is your reason for sitting on the sofa and doing this?
I want to emotionally. I'm okay. I'm a strong woman. I will become a good person. I will be a good kind person. I said so many affirmations.
No, no, no. I told you to empty your mind. You're filling your mind with ideas and going and sitting. I have none of these thoughts. I'm going to empty my mind.
Need to
That's
make
all.
any affirmations or anything
Nothing.
before meditate.
Nothing.
Just a blank mind is enough to meditate.
You're creating space in your mind so that you can create things in your mind. Right now, your mind is filled with old stories and old dogmas and old things. And if you want to get out of depression, depression is your own old stories in replay mode over and over and over again. Do you agree?
How can I clean my mind? How can I erase all this?
So this is the beginning. You're creating space in your mind by emptying it. Emptying it is sitting still and thinking of nothing.
Okay, then.
So what is the intention? Again, repeat and tell me, what is the intention or the niyat that you're going to have before you sit for this meditation or silent sitting or whatever you want to call that?
Being a strong woman, being a strong mind person.
No. So you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to my guidance. You see, I've repeated this 2-3 times already. How should you sit? What is your intention and purpose of sitting?
For meditating.
So what is the intention you're going to sit when you're sitting over there?
Just meditate, sir.
That's all. You don't need any other affirmation.
No.
You do not require any other story in your life to sit for meditation. I am doing this because Samir said this. I'm doing this because I'm going to become a strong woman, bold woman. None of this. Because you're going to create problems for yourself if you start using those things when you're going for meditation.
Okay.
So your purpose is nothing but to meditate and nothing else. I'm sitting here to meditate, to empty my mind. That's all. Empty your cup. Thank you, Nazla. So just empty what is there and nothing else. Think of nothing. And if you find it difficult, then focus on your breath, focus on a pen, focus on the Quran, focus on any one thing so that you can keep your mind focused on something. 5:40 a.m. after you finish meditation, and I would recommend you to set another alarm for 5:30 and 5:40 on your phone.
Okay, I set alarm for 5:40.
And set one for 5:30 as well. So 5:30 is when you will sit, 5:40 is when you will stand up and you will continue with other things.
Yeah, I pray. I do my prayer.
All right.
I will make breakfast.
Okay. So when you're making breakfast, what is the intention you set for yourself?
What?
What is the
Sorry,
niyat you keep when you are preparing breakfast?
for having breakfast.
Okay.
First,
that is
we
one
have
option.
to prepare that.
So that is one option. So now you're not the old
Uh,
Najia who used to set this intention. You're the new Najia. You're Najia Amazing. Let's call her Najia Amazing. And Najia Amazing does not set the same intentions or goals as ordinary Najia. So he used to go and
okay.
use
Before after that, I want to go to my workplace. Before
wait,
that, I
wait.
want to.
You are rushing. You're rushing.
Sorry,
We
sir.
have not finished eating breakfast. You're not even started cooking breakfast and you're already going for work. Najia. Najia 2.0 or Najia who is amazing. What is the intention you will set for yourself before you prepare breakfast?
In order to feed my kids and also in order to have my breakfast.
That is again ordinary Najia, not amazing Najia. Think once again. What would amazing Najia do?
Actually, I don't know how to answer this question.
Okay. That's because you're not yet amazing in your mind. So you see, Najia Amazing is a person you create in your mind before it happens in reality. And each one of you over here can create your own version of amazing before it really happens out in the world. The first step is to create it in your mind. So Najia, I'm going to suggest something.
Okay,
See
sir.
if it resonates with Najia Amazing. Najia Amazing is going to prepare food, which is the most amazing breakfast that you have ever made. It's probably the last meal you will ever cook. And you will cook every meal from today onwards as if it is the last meal you will ever cook. And you will put your heart and soul into that cooking. You'll make sure that your kids have the best nutrition. You'll make sure that you have the best nutrition. You'll feed your soul, you'll feed your body, you'll feed your mind. And with that intention, with that niyat, you go to prepare your food.
Oh, okay, sir.
How does that sound like, Najia Amazing?
Okay. Then I got the point.
Right? So for the rest of the day, Najia, what will you do that will bring you joy starting tomorrow?
Actually, my mind is blank now. I can't answer everything, sir.
It's all right. You know, you have already probably reached the stage that you want to reach tomorrow morning, a blank mind, right? But your blank mind, if you can keep that, you won't have depression. You'll have to create amazing things over there. All you need before you create something amazing is niyat. Before prayer, before anything in life, in Islam and everything, what they say is, we will not be rewarded for our actions, we'll be rewarded for our niyat. Everything that we do, what we are truly rewarded for is our niyat. What is the intention behind something that we do? If we do something that looks nice to other people, but our heart and our intention is bad, that is what God will give us for. If our heart is pure and our intention is pure, no matter what you do, you will be rewarded. So Najia, create Najia Amazing. And if you're struggling with this, do you see that everything begins in a conversation? In this conversation over here, if all of you have noticed, what we have been doing is we have been creating the life that Najia can have. And there are so many times that Najia was stopping herself because she's saying, I don't know what to do, or I don't know, I don't have the resources, or I am in this mode. And what is that? It is the self-talk, which is again the conversation that you're having with yourself that stops you. So if you want to change the quality of your life, change the quality of your conversations. If you want to change the quality of your life, change the quality of your conversations. And how do you measure the quality of your conversations? By looking at the quality of your life. See the outcomes you're having, see the outcomes that you're getting. If things have to change, the way you do things have to change. And for the way you do things have to change, you have to change your thinking about those things. And the thinking is again a conversation that you have with yourself. So which goes back to you being mindful about everything that you say. So Najee, I'm going to ask you one more question over here. You said, I want to be a more confident person. What is your definition of confidence? You mentioned earlier that it is about being bold and being alert and going and speaking. But what do you think truly is confidence? How does one become confident?
Confidence means even I have no confidence to speak. And
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this question in another way. When does any human being become confident? When?
We can speak stern and steadily, with no fear with others.
So that is about speaking, confidence in speaking. What about confidence in cooking? What about confidence in horse riding? What about confidence in conducting sessions like this? What is confidence? When does someone become confident in any area of life? I will pause this over here.
Actually, I don't know.
I have
Don't
made your
know,
mind
sir.
go blank. But let's see if others in the room are able to share. Anyone over here would like to unmute and share, when does someone become confident about something? When I can do my best, when we are happy and mindful, freedom of mind.
Can I answer?
Pardon?
Can I answer?
Yes, please do.
I think the courage to do something, whatever.
The courage to do something. Okay. The courage to do something is courage. What is courage to you then?
That is confidence, as per my knowledge.
Okay. So when you have the courage to do something, then you become confident, you say. So
Think
when
so.
someone is confident about cooking, what does that mean? Where is courage coming in cooking?
Means the knowledge to do the what is to be done.
The knowledge, okay, doing what has to be done.
Yeah.
So when do we find courage to do the things?
Just do as per our, according to our knowledge. Or nowadays we are getting everything through net. We will be able to get the knowledge now to do something new.
Fantastic. So here is something I'm going to share. There's bits and pieces of the answer in yours, and I'm going to share one perspective. See if it resonates with each one of you. Confidence is what you get when you have repeated positive evidence. The more positive evidence you create in some action or activity, the more confidence you will become, the more confidence you will have. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes.
All of you agree? So what does that mean? You do not start with confidence. You start with, like Ajara said, with courage. And once you start with courage to do something, even if you don't know it, to get better, and you keep doing it, and you will find mistakes, and you'll make mistakes in the whole process, then what you do is you go back to correcting it. And when you go back to correcting it, what will happen? You will get more positive evidence. And when you collect enough positive evidence, then what happens? You're able to do what you want to do. So, Najia, if you want to be a great mother, it is about setting the first intention that I am not going to scream or shout at anyone. The reason why particularly people do that is because there's a great story that I heard. When you're walking, and if someone comes in and you're holding a cup filled with coffee, and someone comes and bumps into you, and the coffee spills. Why does the coffee spill? Unmute and share. Surely a lot of people know the answer. So put it in the chat if you're not able to say. Unmute. Because the cup was full, because the cup was full, because of the shake. Well, these are all correct and relevant answers. Is there anyone else who has another answer? So gravity because of bumping, because someone missed the question. All right.
Because of clashing between each other.
Because of clashing between each other. All right. The reason why coffee spilled was because that's what was in the cup. If it was tea, that was what would have spilled. If it was juice, that is what would have spilled. Similarly, when someone comes, whether it is your child or husband, and if anger is coming out, it's because anger is already there inside. You're not at peace already. So it is not them who is making you angry. Anger is already residing inside you. It's just spilling over when they come and bump into you. So if you have peace inside you, no matter how they come and bump into you, only peaceful reactions will come out. So it's about what are you holding already in your cup. And it's very strange that you have used the cup, because I've written a book which is called The Awesome Cup. And it's a story about using the cup as a metaphor for the mind, and about the story of 5 friends who come together and learn about the art of conversations, by the way. It's about conversations and how you can have great, better conversations in life. So Awesome Cup is a book that you can find on Amazon and you can pick it up. Now, I believe my time is up over here, but here are a few things that I observed with my conversation with Najia. By the way, thank you so much, Najia. You're no more Najia. You're Najia Amazing from today onwards. You have created that aspect of you, and you have the whole opportunity and possibilities that you can create just by setting that intention and moving forward in creating whatever it is that you want in your life. The first step is really to want it, to keep that niyat, and to say, from today onwards, I am going to be amazing. I'm not going to settle down for anything less. I'm going to create the best version of myself. And if I don't know how, I'm going to seek, I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, and I'm going to invest myself into this whole process of journey and make sure that I am amazing. And this is for each one of you. So, listening, mindfulness, which means to be completely attentive to what is being asked, what is being said, being completely in control of who you are, where you are. Conversation, when I discovered the world of conversation a few years ago, and I started, and this is how this happened, very quickly to round it up. Tamjeet, can I have 5 minutes more?
You can have as much time you want if you're comfortable.
Yes. So it was a conversation that I was having with someone, and she shared that she loved talking. And then that's how she went and explored what is it that she can do around talking. And she ended up becoming an RJ on radio. And I was interviewing her, and I asked this question to myself, what is it that I love so much? And I realized it was conversations. I loved having deep conversations like the one I had with Najia today. And I realized that's why I became a coach, and I was helping people. In fact, this kind of conversation, I have it every Monday evening. It's on Zoom, where everyone comes over and somebody like Najia takes the hot seat, and we go and explore, deep dive into whatever it is that they are challenged with. So if anyone of you is interested in joining that group, WhatsApp, just let me know, and I can share the link with Tamjeet. He can share it if there is interest for that. And when I answered the question that conversation is what I love, then I asked myself, what does the world of conversation look like? And I realized, just like breathing is something that we do from the time we are born. Nobody teaches us until we start going for yoga. And you heard Najia say, she told me how to do breathing and all, but I have not been doing it. I have not been practicing those breathing exercises. Breathing and conversations are the same. We both start doing it. We start doing both of them from the time we are born, and we are not taught how to do it in the best possible manner. Because of which, you will see relationships at office struggle, you'll see at home struggle, you'll see at so many aspects of our life struggle, because we have not been taught the art of conversations. And if you look at everything that happens, every relationship that you have, if it's great, it's because of the conversations you have. If it's struggling, it's because of the conversations you have. And yet, nobody teaches us. We're supposed to learn this on our own. So, my invitation to all of you is to be mindful about your conversations, to look at the baggages of words that you carry with you. When I asked what is the definition of confidence for Najia, she had one. I asked each one of you, you all had your own definitions of confidence. What does it say? We all carry baggages of every word that we say. We interpret words in our own way, using our own language, using the way that we have experienced it. So go back, and when you have a conversation and you have a conflict, try to pick on what is causing the conflict. Resolve the meaning that you are giving for that word and resolve the meaning that the other person is giving for the word. In your conversations, you'll be able to resolve conflicts. In your conversations, you'll be able to expand yourself and live a better quality of life. In your conversations lies your joy, your happiness, and everything in between. It's been a pleasure being with all of you. Thank you so much. I'm open to questions if there is time. Otherwise, I'll hand it over back to Tamjeet.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So it's time for you to ask questions. So if there is anyone who have any questions, you may ask. I think Sohaira has a question.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
That's not a question. Actually, I wanted to join the link, the session what you have shared before. Like, is that a WhatsApp group?
Yes, Tamjeet, is it okay for me to share it here?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just asking for the link.
Let me just pick the link and I'll share it in the group. Second.
Thank you.
So before we end the sessions, if there are no questions, what I would encourage each one of you to do is this. I invite you to write one insight that you got from this session that you are going to apply in your life or teach someone or share it with someone. One insight that you got from today's session that has been useful for you. It could be something new. It could be something that you already knew, but you're going to remember it even more. So whatever it is for you, share in the chat, because your sharing will help others as well. It might be something that might be useful for somebody else to hear it.
Actually, we have some questions in the chat box. May I read it to you?
Yeah, sure.
So the first question is, how can we have the right conversation with children? Mindful conversation with children.
Beautiful question. So the quick answer is listen. Listen with an open mind. If you looked at the conversation that I had today with Najia, it was not completely planned. It was completely the one thing that I carry into every conversation is curiosity. And if you can carry curiosity into every conversation that you have, it will be amazing. Children have curiosity by nature. We destroy it for them. Stop asking questions. Shut up. Don't ask me too many questions. And slowly what happens, we reach a point where we don't ask questions and we don't allow others to ask questions. So keep an open mind and be curious about their world, why they're asking, what they're doing, everything about them. And shape their minds, not by telling them what to do, but by showing them what is possible for them. Because children don't listen to you, they observe you, they watch you, they imitate you. Yes.
Okay. Linal Kutub had a question. If you want, you can unmute yourself. We can put it in the chat box. Lina.
By the way, I have shared the link on the chat group. I hope you have received it, everyone.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
the question was the follow-up question about children. What about uncomfortable topics, the taboo topics we don't discuss?
What about uncomfortable topics?
Yeah, that was the question asked.
So discomfort is for whom? For you or for the other person is the question again, right? Are you already deciding for yourself that it is uncomfortable? If so, why are you choosing it to be uncomfortable? Like I shared the example of me having an uncomfortable conversation with my dad. And I realized it was all stories in my own head, not outside or anywhere. I had created the stories and created discomfort in my mind. If something is uncomfortable for you to speak to your boss, to your colleague, to your husband, to your wife, or anyone, the discomfort is created in your mind, not outside. And if you look at this, here is one thing I'll share with you. Look at these two hands, all right? Can you see my two hands? These two hands are part of a conversation, every conversation that you have. This is what happens in your lives. Something said something, somebody said something, somebody did something. This is what happens. And this is the story you create about what happened. You create a story about what happened because of which you feel emotionally drained or angry or frustrated or happy or whatever that is. So if someone comes and gives you an ice cream, if it is your husband, you'll be happy. If it is your wife, you'll be happy. If it is a stranger, you'll wonder, what is this? If it is your enemy, you'll think it's poison. So you have created stories already inside that action. The action is the same. So discomfort, again, is something that you create in your minds. And the moment you are able to identify that this is a discomfort that I have created, and I can get rid of this discomfort by giving a new meaning, choosing a new meaning for this, then you open the opportunity for creating comfort.
Thank you, sir. Lena, you may ask now.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Samir, for the wonderful session. And Najia, you're going to be a life example in our life. My question is about the self-talk. When we do self-talk, there comes a partner in our self-talk, in our head, which is, I don't want to say the evil talk or the evil thought, the shaitan thought, that the conversation is back and forth, back and forth. This is where we want to stop that. And how can we shift it to the self-talk that we want to move to the positive thinking of the fruitful conversation of self-talk, which is going to be a skill and not a burden. Thank you.
All right. So imagine you walk into a room, Lena, and you find two people. One is a friend, one is an enemy. Who will you choose to speak to? Lena?
Sorry, it's the unmute. Yeah, of course, the friend.
The friend. So in your mind, there is the friend and the enemy. Who are you choosing to speak to?
The friend, but at some point, how would you identify that's the enemy that I'm talking to? Like, you want to stop that thought, pause it, especially if you're having a conversation and it heats up and you need to control to stop. That's a skill we need to learn to control the response.
So you are speaking to sometimes the enemy, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Who
Without
are
knowing.
you? Who is you? Who is you in this equation? Who is Lena? Is it the little voice in your head, or is it the Lena who is speaking to me right now?
Right now, it's the Lena. I guess.
Who's the Lena? Who is the Lena?
Oh.
So Just like Najia, there is Lena Amazing as well, right?
Got you. Okay. Mhm.
And just decide, who is Lena Amazing going to speak to? Is Lena speaking to her or Lena Amazing speaking? You create what you want by deciding to choose every conversation you want in your life. The first step is choosing. Everything else comes after. If you desire, if you choose, you will get what you want.
But like in the middle of a conversation, how can you pause and choose? Like talking about it, when Najia was talking, I would relate to your conversation from your side, but I am now in Najia's spot, and it's like I can't see it clear. You understand my point?
Do you?
I'm trying to explain it.
Yes. So conversation brings me to another point over here for each one of you, is a muscle. It has to be exercised every single day, mindfully. If you're not thinking about your conversation, but just simply having conversations, you're not going to get better at conversations. Until and unless you don't think about your conversations, not have your conversation, but think about your conversations and be mindful about your conversations, you're not going to improve the quality of your conversations. Conversation is a muscle. It gets strengthened in whatever direction you choose based on whatever you're choosing. So if you're choosing negative self-talk and you're choosing the devil or the one that you're speaking to every single day, that is your recipe for having depression or anxiety or whatever that is. Because every single day, what you're doing is reaffirming and strengthening the muscle of having negative conversations. I'm not good enough. I'm not great. I'm not capable. I can't do this. I don't have this language. I don't have this skill. I don't have this. Whatever. You keep telling yourself you are not enough. But the truth of the matter is, each one of you was born enough, and you are enough. You don't need anything anymore from outside to be whole and complete. You were born and you exist as whole and complete. Lena, to answer your question, it is a journey of discovery. As you go along and be mindful and explore, you will find your own answer.
Thank you,
Does that
sir.
help?
Thank you, sir. Yes, it does. Even I tried to approach recently chiropractic to relieve the stress in the nervous system. It helps, but then when the session is over, you hit reality. And then, okay, I need another session after an hour with a chiropractic. Can we access this session on YouTube? Because we need, myself, I need to repeat and, catch the positive and reaffirm.
Sure.
Ma'am, you can find this on YouTube.
This session you will find on YouTube, and if you want to be present for more of similar conversations, you're free to join the Monday sessions that I have, which is called Turning Point, and those are free to attend sessions as well.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yes, any other question?
So there's one more question. How to practice consistency in my actions?
How to practice consistency in action? This is a beautiful question. And the answer to this question, I discovered from James Clear, where he said, your actions don't begin by setting new routines. It begins by you creating a new identity. So unless and until you don't create Najia Amazing or Lena Amazing or Sharin Amazing or Navita Amazing or whoever that amazing is over here, each one of you, if you don't create the amazing person that you are going to become and that you are becoming and that you say, I am now that person, and as an amazing person, this is what I would do, then you create new habits for life because you have become the new person, and that person will only do things in a certain way.
Okay, thank you so much. Another question is, if you have had any mentor or did you learn this all by your own?
Oh, we never learn anything by our own. Nobody learns anything by their own. We all have mentors. We all go through experiences in life. And the more difficult your experience in life, the greater are your lessons. You never learn anything in comfort. You learn everything in your discomfort. So I graduated as a civil engineer, but I had 8 different career paths before I discovered the world of coaching. So today, when I work with teenagers and young people, it's because I want people to be on their path as early as possible, not to waste time in life by choosing the wrong things, by helping parents help their children. When I told my father at the age of 39 that I'm going to become a coach, his response was, Samir, why didn't you choose this before? And I was like, why didn't you tell me before? So both of us didn't know. And it was not knowing that caused the delay, nothing else. Because the moment I chose, he's like, this is who you are. This is who you should be. This is what you should have been doing all your life. And I told my friends, they were all like, Samir, you should be doing this. This is who you are. And I'm like, guys, why didn't you tell me before? But nobody knew. So what I always say is parents have great intentions, but sometimes bad strategies or incorrect strategies. So look at gathering more and more tools. If you want to be successful, there are 3 things that you need absolutely. And those 3 things are mindset, tool set, and skill sets. If you have the mindset, tool set, and skill set, you're set. If you have something missing over there, then you got to fix that. So for example, Naji amazing, Lean amazing, you got to ask yourself, if there is a tool that is missing in your kit for you to be able to have better conversations, to be able to manage yourself, or if you already have the tools, but you don't have the skills, or are you already lacking in the mindset itself to even begin the journey? What is missing? Do an audit, identify, explore, and then you will see you become unstoppable.
Thank you so much, sir. So I hope there are no further questions.
And I hope that is a good thing.
Yeah. So anyway, this session was absolutely wonderful. It was almost like a meditation. Your voice, the way you conversated with Nejia, it was absolutely, like we say, master at work. So each time you replied to her, each time you give solutions to everyone. It was absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for blessing us with your valuable presence. And obviously, Najia is also a great presence over here. It's not Najia actually, it's Najia amazing. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing the courage to speak out. And as a token of gratitude to Samir sir, we would like to share a certificate to you from Team ADN Talks.
Thank you so much. And I guess I believe what you're doing is amazing. So thank you to the whole team, Metanoia over here. The professionalism that you have in organizing this, the kind of everything that you're doing behind the scenes, I am completely in awe of the management team, whoever is spearheading this and doing everything. I really feel the follow-ups that you did, the way you set up these sessions, the way you're doing everything. Hats off to you guys.
Thank you so much, sir. It's absolutely great to hear from you. So this will be a certificate.
Thank you very much. Accept this wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. It has been a little bit late, but we could get more. We couldn't ask for more. So thank you so much for being with us. We have some more days to go, some more great sessions to come. So we'll see you tomorrow.